Tonight, Governor McMaster delivering his ninth and final State of the State address. And in his 55-minute speech, the governor mentioned several key issues from his time in office. They include more money for teachers, tax cuts, and maintaining our state's infrastructure. He also had this message for South Carolinians. Listen.
Let us continue to think big, to be bold, and embrace civility and comity through our thoughts, words, and deeds. Let's be different from some of these other places. We are different. We've just discussed all the reasons why we're different. We're different.
We're different. All right, News 19's Josie Frost was at the State House for tonight's address. And afterwards, she was busy speaking with lawmakers, getting their reaction. Have a listen.
The governor laid out a roadmap for lawmakers for the next several years. He urged them to plan ahead for the rapid growth that South Carolina is facing and make the investments now the state needs. The governor touted major accomplishments in growth with a booming population. He urged lawmakers to continue to invest in the infrastructure needed, like roads and energy. Representative Gil Gatch says that's one of the most important parts of building for our future.
And that doesn't just mean that we're going to have power to keep our lights on and to make sure that our heaters are working in this bitter cold, but also for things like national security, to create the defense systems that we need and the AI that we need.
The governor also noted the rise in inflationary costs on road and building projects. But Representative Cambrell Garvin said he would have liked to hear the governor address the everyday struggles people are facing with inflation.
Everyday South Carolinians are struggling with the cost of rising groceries, cost of rising housing.
The governor also urged lawmakers to continue working on how South Carolina selects its judges, calling for a system modeled after the federal process. Judicial reform has been a major issue at the State House, with legislation moving forward this year that would change the commission responsible for vetting judicial candidates. Representative Gatch, who sponsors that bill, says while his plan differs from the governor's plan, the governor is still drawing attention to a need for change to the current system for picking judges.
I think the most important part and sort of the thrust of his argument is that we want to make sure that our citizens and our constituents trust the system. That means the appearance of impropriety is really super important.
It's the governor's final State of the State address, and Representative Garvin says he was glad the governor took the opportunity to bring people together and give a bipartisan message.
I think tonight coming into this, the governor really had an opportunity to rise to the occasion of saying that we are one South Carolina. And so moving forward, I hope that we can all continue to work together to move our state forward.
Many of the priorities that the governor laid out are already laid out in his executive budget, which lawmakers will take under consideration as they go into the process of creating the next state budget. That'll still need approval from the House and the Senate before it can be sent to the governor's desk. Reporting at the State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.
Very busy night, Josie. Thank you so much. And for complete coverage of the governor's State of the State address and the Democratic response, just look for this story on our website. As always, it's WLTX.com.